Forget protein for a moment, because what if I told you there's a powerful mineral that can rebuild muscle faster than protein, especially after age 65? Now, I know that sounds like heresy in the world of muscle health. We're told again and again, eat more protein to stop muscle loss. More shakes, more eggs, more meat. But here's the truth, in muscle loss after 60 is not just about a lack of protein. It's about what your body can absorb and utilize, and that requires something much deeper than just amino acids. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever felt like no matter how much healthy food you eat or how many steps you take, your legs still feel weak? Or like you're slowly losing strength and definition, even though your diet is clean? What's really going on is something called anabolic resistance. This is where your muscles become less responsive to protein as you age. You can eat all the right foods, but your body doesn't build muscle the way it used to. And the mineral we're talking about today plays a central role in reversing that. It's responsible for activating enzymes that stimulate muscle protein synthesis. It regulates insulin, which directly impacts muscle growth and fat burning. It even supports testosterone and growth hormone pathways, key for preserving lean mass. And yet, most seniors are severely deficient in it, not because they aren't eating enough, but because their bodies are stressed, inflamed, and overworked from years of hidden metabolic damage. So in this video, I'm going to show you what this mineral is, how it works inside your cells to rebuild muscle, why it's often more important for people over 65, and the 3 powerful ways to get more of it naturally and safely. Because here's the truth. If you're over 65, you are not just fighting age. You are fighting a metabolic trap, and you need tools that work with your physiology, not against it. This is going to be part TED Talk, part whiteboard breakdown, and part functional medicine game plan, all designed to help you rebuild strength naturally. So if you're serious about restoring your muscles, improving mobility, and feeling younger than your biological age, stick with me. This could change everything. And hey, if this topic speaks to you, consider subscribing. Your skin. Post content like this every day to help you take control of your health without medication. Let's start with a question that most doctors never ask you. Why are seniors losing muscle even when they're eating enough protein? Why do leg muscles shrink, joints feel unstable, balance gets worse? Even when your meals include eggs, fish, or protein shakes. Here's what's really going on inside your body after age 60. Your muscle cells become resistant to the anabolic muscle-building signals from protein. This is called anabolic resistance. Think of it like this. Imagine a lamp that used to light up with a small battery. That battery is your protein. But now, the lamp only works with a much stronger charge because the circuit is worn out. Your muscle tissue is the lamp. Your protein intake is the battery, but what's missing is the conductor, the mineral that completes the circuit. And that mineral is magnesium. Yes, magnesium, a nutrient that plays over 300 roles in your body, is the hidden key to unlocking muscle growth after 60. Let me explain this with a whiteboard style breakdown. When you eat protein, your body breaks it down into amino acids. Those amino acids enter your bloodstream and should signal your muscle cells to grow. But here's the problem. That signal only works if magnesium is present. Why? Because magnesium is required to activate an enzyme called mTOR, short for mechanistic target of rapamycin. This is your body's master switch for muscle growth. No magnesium, no mTOR activation, no muscle. In fact, one study published in the Journal of Nutrition, Health Aging found that higher magnesium intake was directly associated with increased muscle mass and leg power in older adults, independent of their protein intake. And it doesn't stop there. Magnesium also regulates ATP, the energy currency of your cells. Without it, your muscles literally don't have the energy to contract, rebuild, or stay strong. Now tighten your skin. Now here's where it gets worse. As we age, we naturally absorb less magnesium from food. At the same time, we're losing more of it through the kidneys, especially if we're under stress or on medications like diuretics or proton pump inhibitors. And most modern soils are magnesium depleted. So even healthy foods have lower levels than they did 50 years ago. So what's the result? Even if you're eating a high protein diet, even if you're walking daily or lifting light weights, your body can't activate the muscle building process unless magnesium is present. This is why so many seniors feel stuck, like their body isn't responding anymore. But the good news is this is reversible. Once you restore your magnesium levels, even slightly, your body can begin responding to protein again. That's when the muscle returns. That's when strength comes back. That's when energy starts flowing. And if this is helpful so far, go ahead and like this video and subscribe for more daily insights just like this. My goal is to give you real solutions rooted in functional medicine. In the next section, we're going to dig into why magnesium is missing in over 80% of people over 65 and what hidden forces are draining it from your system every day. Because the key to strong legs, better balance, and youthful strength isn't more supplements, it's fixing what's blocking your body from using what you already have. By now, we know magnesium is essential to rebuild muscle after 65. It activates mTOR, fuels muscle energy with ATP, and restores your body's ability to respond to protein. But here's the real problem. Over 80% of older adults are magnesium deficient, and most have no idea. Let's break down why this happens and what blocks your body from absorbing and retaining this critical mineral. Here's a simple analogy. Picture your magnesium stores like a bucket, and everything in your modern lifestyle is poking holes in that bucket. Even if you eat magnesium-rich foods, even if you take a supplement here and there, it leaks out faster than you can refill it unless you fix the root causes. So what's draining the bucket? Chronic stress. Every time you feel anxious, overwhelmed, or emotionally tense, your adrenal glands release cortisol. Here's the catch. Cortisol causes your kidneys to excrete more magnesium. And this isn't just occasional, low-grade stress from traffic, news, family dynamics, and even sleep deprivation adds up. In fact, research shows that chronic stress can triple your magnesium loss over time. Insulin resistance and blood sugar spikes. Most people over 60 are dealing with some level of insulin resistance, even if they're not diabetic. When insulin is elevated, your cells become less responsive, and one of the first things to go, magnesium retention, your body starts dumping it in the urine, even when your tissues desperately need it to function. Here's what the research shows. A 2013 meta-analysis published in PLOS found that magnesium deficiency increases the risk of type 2 diabetes by 34%. And insulin resistance itself increases magnesium loss, creating a vicious cycle. So not only does low magnesium cause blood sugar issues cause low magnesium. Medications that deplete magnesium, certain prescription drugs, especially common in older adults, rapidly drain magnesium levels. These include diuretics for high blood pressure or heart failure, PPIs like omeprazole, for acid reflux, certain antibiotics, some cancer medications, even something as simple as frequent aspirin or antacids can interfere with absorption in the gut. Digestive decline as you age, stomach acid levels drop, a condition known as hypochlorhydria. Without enough stomach acid, your body cannot properly extract magnesium from food. So even if you're eating leafy greens, seeds, or high magnesium vegetables, your absorption is impaired. Soil depletion. Modern farming practices have stripped magnesium from the soil, meaning our vegetables today have 20–40% less magnesium than they did just decades ago. So unless your food is grown in magnesium-rich soil or you're consciously replenishing it, you're running a deficit. Let me sum that up on our mental whiteboard. Magnesium bucket low, chronic stress, insulin resistance medications, low stomach acid, depleted soil. That's why 4 to 5 people over 65 are deficient. And that's why muscle won't return until that bucket gets refilled and those leaks get plugged. Now, don't worry, this is fixable. In the next section, I'll show you the exact enzyme inside your cells that depends on magnesium to switch on muscle growth, and why without it, even the best exercise and diet plan falls short. You're about to learn one of the most powerful and most overlooked pathways in muscle physiology, and how to switch it on at any age. Now we get into the heart of the muscle growth process. The actual switch that tells your body, hey, build muscle now. That switch is a cellular enzyme called mTOR, short for mechanistic target of rapamycin. If you're over 65 and struggling with muscle loss, weak legs, or flabby arms, this enzyme is either sluggish or completely offline. Let's break it down. Think of mTOR like a construction foreman. Protein is the building material, your muscles are the job site. But without the foreman giving orders, nothing gets built. Now here's the key. This enzyme only gets activated in the presence of 2 things, amino acids. A is especially leucine from protein magnesium, the mineral that acts as the co-factor to turn on mTOR. In simple terms, you can eat all the protein you want, but if you're low in magnesium, your foreman stays asleep. No signal, no muscle. What the research shows is powerful. A study published in Frontiers in Physiology in 2021 found that mTOR activation declines dramatically with age, due in part to micronutrient deficiencies, especially magnesium. In fact, some scientists now believe that magnesium status is just as important as protein intake for older adults trying to preserve lean mass. Let's visualize this on the whiteboard. Protein and amino acids, magnesium cat unlocks enzyme, MTR activated come muscle growth begins. No magnesium, no activation, no muscle. And here's something most people don't realize: MTR doesn't just affect your muscles, it also regulates brain health, immune response, and longevity. In other words, when you fix your magnesium levels and activate this enzyme, you're not just improving your strength, you're improving your overall metabolic resilience. Now, some people get scared when they hear about activating MTOR because too much MTORs chronically has been linked to aging or cancer. But this is where context matters. What you want is strategic activation, short bursts, especially after meals or workouts. That's when MTOR works for you, helping rebuild muscle, bone, and even mitochondrial function. The key is balance, and magnesium provides that balance because it regulates over 300 enzymatic systems in the body, keeping MTOR activity controlled but effective. Here's another important insight. After age 60, your leucine threshold goes up. That means you need more of the amino acid leucine from protein to activate MTR, but magnesium can lower that threshold, meaning you can get results from less protein if your magnesium levels are optimized. That's why some seniors start seeing muscle return without dramatically changing their diet. Once this mineral is restored, their whole system becomes more efficient. So, what do you do with this information? Here's your protocol. Step 1, test your magnesium status, ideally through an RBC magnesium blood test. Serum tests often miss early deficiencies. Step 20, focus on magnesium-rich foods. We'll cover those shortly. Step 3, time your magnesium intake around meals with protein, especially post-workout or first thing in the morning. Step 4, reduce magnesium blockers, chronic stress, excess caffeine, and acid blockers. And hey, if this kind of science-backed approach is helping you rethink muscle health, consider liking the video and subscribing. Every day, I break down how the body really works and how to work with it, not against it. In the next section, we're going to shift into practical solutions. How do you raise your magnesium levels naturally and effectively without expensive supplements? Because it's not just what you take, it's what your body can absorb and use. So now that we know magnesium is the muscle activation mineral, the cofactor for mTOR, ATP, and dozens of muscle-building enzymes, the real question becomes, how do you raise your magnesium levels effectively, naturally, and safely, especially after 65? Because the answer isn't just take a magnesium pill. In fact, most people taking cheap magnesium oxide supplements absorb less than 4% of it. So the key isn't just intake, it's bioavailability, what your body can actually use. Let me walk you through 3 of the most powerful and functional medicine-approved ways to restore magnesium levels quickly and efficiently. Magnesium, rich whole foods with proper pairing first. Let's go to nature. There are powerful magnesium-rich foods, but to actually absorb the magnesium inside them, you need to pair them wisely. Best natural sources include dark leafy greens like spinach, Swiss chard, kale, avocados, loaded with magnesium and potassium, pumpkin seeds. One of the most concentrated sources on Earth, wild salmon and mackerel, contain both magnesium and omega-3s. Bananas, especially slightly green ones, contain magnesium and resistant starch. Now, here's the key. To maximize absorption, pair magnesium foods with healthy fats like olive oil or avocado. To enhance cellular uptake, apple cider vinegar or lemon water. To increase stomach acid and improve mineral extraction, vitamin B6, found in sunflower seeds, tuna, and turkey, which helps magnesium enter the cells. For example, a salmon avocado salad with lemon juice and pumpkin seeds is a metabolic powerhouse, feeding your muscles, improving insulin sensitivity, and restoring electrolytes. And if chewing is an issue or you're underweight, a magnesium smoothie with almond butter, spinach, banana, and chia seeds can be an excellent option. Magnesium baths, transdermal absorption. This is one of the most overlooked, but incredibly effective strategies for seniors. Your skin can absorb magnesium directly through the surface and bypass the gut entirely. This is a game changer for people with poor digestion or low stomach acid. Here's how to do it. Take a 20-minute bath in warm, not hot water. Add 2 cups Epsom salt, magnesium sulfate optional. Add lavender oil to lower cortisol and improve absorption. Soak 3-4 times per week, ideally in the evening when cortisol is lower and your nervous system is more relaxed. This transdermal method has been shown in several small studies to raise intracellular magnesium levels significantly, and it's incredibly calming for sleep and leg cramps, too. The right form of magnesium supplement, if needed now. If diet and baths aren't enough, a high-quality magnesium supplement can help. But not all magnesium is created equal. Avoid magnesium oxide. Poorly absorbed magnesium carbonate can cause bloating instead. Look for bioavailable forms like magnesium glycinate, excellent for sleep, muscle relaxation, and low-stress magnesium malate, great for muscle energy and fatigue magnesium threonate. Crosses the blood-brain barrier, supports memory and cognitive performance. Start with a low dose, 100-200 milliliters per day, and build gradually, always taken with food. And always remember, magnesium works best when supported by adequate hydration, good sleep, reduced sugar intake, stable blood sugar. Because if your insulin is spiking from refined carbs, or you're losing sleep every night, your magnesium will continue to leak out. So let me recap. Eat magnesium-rich meals. Paired for absorption, use transdermal magnesium. Through Epsom salt baths, use high-quality, gut-friendly magnesium forms if needed. In the next section, I'll show you the 51 most overlooked habit that can trigger mTOR activation and muscle growth first thing in the morning. Without protein or exercise, this one protocol can completely shift how your muscles respond at any age. What if I told you that the first hour of your morning could make or break your ability to build muscle after 65? No, I'm not talking about lifting weights or chugging a protein shake. I'm talking about a powerful, simple, and free metabolic trigger that activates mTOR, balances insulin, and signals your body to protect muscle tissue. Morning sunlight exposure combined with movement and minerals. Let's break it down. Here's what's really going on inside your body first thing in the morning. When you wake up, your body experiences a cortisol spike. This is natural. It helps mobilize energy, wake the brain, and prepare your muscles to move. But cortisol also has a downside. It's catabolic, meaning it can break down muscle if not balanced quickly. So the key is to harness that cortisol wave and pair it with habits that redirect your body into an anabolic muscle-building state. Here's the protocol I recommend. Step 1: get 10 to 15 minutes of natural sunlight. Within 1 hour of waking, sunlight triggers the release of serotonin and regulates your circadian rhythm, which helps improve hormone balance throughout the day, including testosterone, growth hormone, and insulin sensitivity. But more importantly, sunlight stimulates vitamin D production, and vitamin D is required to help absorb magnesium properly. In fact, one study published in Nutrients, 2018, found that vitamin D and magnesium work synergistically to support muscle function and strength in older adults. And remember, without magnesium, you can't activate mTOR. So by stepping into the sun each morning, you're turning on that system naturally from the ground up. Step 2: combine light exposure with gentle movement while you're outside. Take a 10-minute walk, even if it's slow. Why? Because walking in the fasted state activates a cascade of fat, burning, and muscle preserving pathways. It lowers insulin levels, allowing magnesium to enter cells more efficiently. It increases GLT4 receptors in your muscles, improving glucose utilization and preventing sarcopenia, and it stimulates brain-derived neurotrophic factor, BDNF, protecting against cognitive decline that often accelerates when muscle mass drops. Even if you use a cane, a walker, or walk slowly, what matters is muscle activation, not intensity. Think of it like this: morning sunlight is the switch, movement is the spark, magnesium is the fuel. Together, they trigger mTOR, restore balance, and shift your body into a regenerative state without a single weight lifted. Step 3: rehydrate with a magnesium-rich morning mineral drink. Here's a simple muscle-boosting drink you can make at home. 12 oz filtered water, juice of TA, a lemon or 1 TB apple cider vinegar, a pinch of sea salt for electrolytes, 200 mg magnesium glycinate or 1 teaspoon magnesium citrate powders, if tolerated, optional. 1-2 drops of trace mineral drops. Drink this after your walk to restore hydration, replenish intracellular magnesium, and support your adrenal glands, which helps prevent cortisol from breaking down muscle. And remember, hydration improves nutrient transport, including the movement of magnesium into the muscle cell where it belongs. When you combine these 3 elements, light movement, and light minerals, you send a clear message to your body: we are safe, we are moving, we have what we need to grow. And this single morning habit, done consistently, can transform how your body responds to protein, insulin, and muscle building signals even after 70. It's one of the most powerful metabolic activators I teach in clinical practice, because it works with your biology, not against it. Let's recap what we uncovered today, and more importantly, turn it into an actionable game plan you can start using immediately. We began with a myth that protein alone is enough to restore muscle after 65. But what we discovered is this: it's not about how much protein you eat, it's about whether your body can use it. And for that to happen, you need magnesium. This mineral is the silent conductor of muscle growth. It powers mTOR, fuels cellular energy, supports hormone balance, improves insulin sensitivity, and yet it's missing in over 80% of older adults. Here's what's really going on inside your body. As you age, your muscle cells develop anabolic resistance, mTOR, The enzyme that signals growth becomes sluggish, and without magnesium, that signal never gets through. No matter how much protein you eat, we walk through the root causes of magnesium deficiency: chronic stress, insulin resistance, medications, digestive decline, and soil depletion, all creating a leaky bucket effect. But the solution is beautifully simple. Eat magnesium-rich foods paired with healthy fats, lemon water, or vitamin B6. Use Epsom salt baths 3-4 times a week to bypass the gut and deliver magnesium directly. Supplement smart with the right forms like glycinate, malate, or threonate. Start your day with light, movement, and minerals. To flip the switch on MTR naturally now, here's your challenge. Choose just one protocol from today and do it for the next 7 days. Maybe it's a daily magnesium smoothie. Maybe it's your first Epsom salt bath in years. Maybe it's stepping into the morning sun with a walk in lemon water. The point is, you don't need to overhaul your life. You just need to create the right conditions for your body to heal, because rebuilding muscle after 65 isn't about fighting aging. It's about restoring function, one system at a time. And when magnesium is restored, everything shifts. Protein works, better energy comes back, legs feel stronger, sleep improves, inflammation drops, and most importantly, you feel in control again. So if this added value to your day, I'd love it if you liked the video and subscribe to the channel. This community is growing fast, and every day we're diving deeper into the real tools your body needs to heal, rebuild, and thrive naturally. And remember, you're not broken. You're just missing the right signals. And your body, even at 70 or 80, can still build strength when you give it what it's been missing.